Welcome. How's things? So we went away. We came back. And another lovely yogi had left this really sweet book at the yoga hut door. And it's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And it's essentially advice, or not even advice, it's thinking points for those of us who are, looking to think or adjust in different ways. It's one of those that you can kind of just pick up and open up to a spot and gives you a little something to ponder. And I was pondering the book while I was drinking tea this morning. And this afternoon I picked it up, and of the phone calls that I've received lately and the people that I've talked to, one of the things that keeps surfacing with a lot of us, even though we've had time alone, time together, or not time together, but, alone together with our many selves. Does that make sense? It's like Ram Dass says, I'll believe who you are if you believe who I am in this moment. This is who I am. Do you believe who I am? I believe who you are. Oh, hello. Nice to meet who you are. And then when we're not around others, we have personas. I am one person at a party. I am somebody else when I'm at work. I am somebody else on this yoga mat. So we've all been alone together with our many selves. And in the conversations with the many selves that have been boiling over and bubbling over in the last year, there's a lot of conversations about help. Oh, I'm not a person that asks for help. Oh my God, I am not a person that asks for help. I decided at a very young age that I would never ask anyone for help. There have been times where people are like, you need help. Thank God for those people that did that. For any of you, if you're those people that did that for me, you need help. You're in over your head. So then I had this concept of help is a weakness. Oh, so what's a weakness? What's a strength? Is there a difference? What's the polarity between weakness and strength? Oh, so then that comes closer, because weakness is to most of us, kind of a dirty term. Well, what if in those times that we're not with our cape on, we're actually closer to ourself? Not of all the selves, but ourself. So it's not about being weak. It's about not putting on airs that I can do everything, which our society wants us to do. Every single one of us are trying to do everything all the time. The helper, the guide, the guardian angel, the house cleaner, the bacon winner, the vegan bacon winner. We're doing all of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. So then I read this, and it's really sweet because there's, if it's the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse, the little boy is riding this horse that he's met and befriended. And he says, "What is the bravest thing you've ever said?" asked the boy. "Help," said the horse. "When have you been at your strongest?" asked the boy. "When I have dared to show my weakness." "Asking for help isn't giving up," said the horse. "It's refusing to give up." So take a breath on that with me. It's refusing to give up. I need help. I refuse to give up. I mean, can you feel that with me? You breathe in on that with me. Can you plant your feet on your mat? When have you needed help and were refused help? And what came of that? As you really feel the feet, add a looseness to the knees. If you're getting older, maybe the knees aren't there for us as much as they used to be. Maybe at this point you're not standing and you're sitting instead, so you're feeling your sits bones instead of the bottom of the feet, thinking, oh my God, at what point did my feet and my sits bones change places? Okay, so what? Feel your belly button settle in somewhere over the heart shape of your pelvis. Breathe in. Notice what starts to melt. The word yoga means union. So union of what and what? It's two things. One thing is not united with itself. Where is the union in your body? I like to sway when I start to settle in because then that helps me figure out where center is. And then where my head needs to be. And where my hands want to drift. And usually where your hands tend to drift, that's either the space that is the most open, that wants to feel, or adversely, it is a space that is closed and we're trying to protect. So wherever your hands decide to land, decide whether you're expanding or protecting in that space. Breathe into that space. What is the hardest thing you've ever had to do? Ask for help. So in this class, we're going to see where the help is. And as always, modify, modify, modify. Don't do what I'm doing if it hurts. You know, the Buddha says, he talks about struggle all the time. If you're struggling, you're choosing to struggle. So if I go into a posture and that doesn't work for you, ask yourself, what would help right now? Do I need a prop? Do I need a chair? Do I need a wall? Do I need to do something different? And is it weak if I do something different? Oh my God, have that whole conversation. Yeah, that whole conversation. Because what is weakness? It's a word. It's a word. That's it. It's a word that we've then identified with things, and everybody's identification with it is going to be different. So find your feet. Find your sits bones if you're sitting. And then lift the arches of the feet. Now I'm standing a little wide here because I just did a whole workout and I'm feeling like I need to spread my feathers out just a little. So you might want to bring your feet in if that's more comfortable. Bend the knees just a little and lift the arches of the feet. And when you do, roll the femurs a little out and then squeeze in. If you find that causes twinging in the knees, relax the squeezing in. What does that do in the pelvis? Oh, there's the on button in the root chakra. Use those muscles in that lower tuchus to hug that tailbone. Notice if the breath got short when you started to lift. Keep those arches lifted. And if you're still at arches lifting, going, I don't understand what you mean, stay there. Play with that. Mix it up, man. That's what I'm saying. Ask your body for help. What needs to gather around this? And then once you find firmness in a place that needs help, then use the breath to expand so that the helping of the body doesn't become a cage. Expand. The gathering up of the muscles, the tightening of the tendons, the rolling in or out or lifting. It's not a cage. Those of you that get migraines know that the lifting of the shoulders, those muscles coming to try to help, the clenching of the jaw, the migraine becomes a cage. Put it all down. One more breath. Release it out. Nice. Let the hands drift out and down. Let the heels walk in toward each other and let the toes come out. Lift the arches again. Press the inner thighs together. Those of you blessed with space between your inner thighs, just squeeze the tailbone. Lift, lift, lift. Now loosen the toes, but lift the arches. What? Micro movements. Union. Where's the yoga in this? Where is it? What's helping? Breathe. Release. Now, lightly put the toes down. Keep the squeeze around the tailbone. Keep those inner thighs pulling in toward each other. Lift the heels. Now, with this much attention down below, can I keep pulling inward with my legs so that my ankles might not wobble so much? And if they do, oh my God, what does it mean? Oh my God, I'm wobbling. So, have the conversation with our many selves. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Let everything relax. Toes come back forward. Next breath that comes in, the right hand reaches up. The left hand anchors into the body somewhere. Doesn't matter to me where, just somewhere. Reach and loosen and unwind, and then release. Anchor in, and then left arm reaches. Breath loosens, ribs pull apart, intercostal muscles stretch, and release. One more time, right arm. This time, give it a little bit of a left lean. Oh yeah, where's the help here? What does it mean to ask for help? I mean, these conversations I've had with people have been astounding. How is it that we get to a point in life and we think that help is a dirty word? Lift and lower. The bravest thing you can do is ask for help. Reach. Not do it for me. That's different. That's what my 10-year-old does. And lean. Mom, do this. Mom, do that. Mama, do this. Mama, do that. I'm telling you, most of that comes out of laziness for her. She's wonderful, but she's learned that if she asks half the time, we do it for her. So what's the difference between helping and enabling? Oh, my word, I just jumped into that pool now, didn't I? Lift both arms up, knees bend, Utkatasana squat. So take it easy on this first one. Oh yeah, turn on the twinkly yoga music in the background, settle into those feet, and then pedal the feet. If the arms are painful today, come down into prayer, come down to hips. If you need hands on the back of a chair, modify, modify, modify. Hear thy physical therapist in your head. Yes, keep pedaling, yeah. Oh yeah, get into those thighs. So where does it show up? When do I need help? When do I need to stop? Or, wait a minute, maybe I'm just pushing through an edge. What am I unifying here? Breathe in. Breathe out, plant both heels, hands to thighs, tailbone comes high, belly button draws in, nice flat back. If you need your help, come down into your help. If help is not what you need, extend forward. Lean back into that tailbone, lengthen that spine, curl the toes up off the mat toward the nose, but still not locking that knee joint. Breathe in, breathe out, knees bend, thumbs drive up, hips, pelvis slightly forward. Breathe in, exhale. Find anahata. Find that heart. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Breathe all the way up. Right hand grabs left wrist. Off we go to the right. If it's too much for the shoulders, modify. Now, the weight tends to go to the left. Find both feet equally again. Find that union. And then continue the arc in the spine. Next breath brings us up. Arms sweep wide. Swan dive to the thighs, the chair, the knees, or the floor. What is the bravest thing you've ever done? You know, if we watch enough movies, we think, oh, Spartans, this, that, those, they were brave. You know, maybe those that fought for equality or fighting for justice, they're brave. What is it about you that makes you brave, and where does your definition of it start and end? Knees bend, spine rolls up, reach all the way up. Hips press forward, thumbs press back. Find an extension in that spine so that the sternum lifts away from the backside of the body. And then hands at prayer. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Breathing it up. Oh, yeah, here we go again. Left hand grabs right wrist, pulling over. So I've got a little bit of an ouchie in this right shoulder, so I'm not going to pull maybe as hard as I could. And you know what? Maybe I'm just going to rest that wrist in the hand. So it has help, it has support. So what if we exchange the word help for support? I mean, keep bending. Hold on a second. Now come back up to center. Stay up there just a second. Go there with that thought. As you widen out into that flat back, what if we exchange the word help for support? Arms are wide, they can go overhead, they can go to the thighs, they can go to the floor, and then all the way down you go, whatever your version of forward fold is. So if this is too much, where is my support? Okay, so as you're in this forward fold, you're just down there hanging out. Support. What is different about the word support versus the word help? Breathe in your forward fold as you think about that. Breathing in, breathing out. How does the breath support my body? How does the breath help my body? Semantics, how does that change? What is it that you need in your life while you're in this forward fold that needs support? Inhale. Exhale. Knees bend, right foot steps back, nice and long if you can. If not, shorten up, lift on up. We got a warrior one with a high heel. Where's your support? Because the word support and the word union, I think for most of us, we see see weakness and the word help as being synonymous. We like to help the poor, the less advantaged. We like to help. So there's a connotation there that somehow through language evolving, hold there, keep holding. Oh yeah, support yourself. What do you need right now? So what if we support the poor or the less advantaged? That's more empowering. Breathe in, breathe out, hands to thighs, step forward. We've got this Utkatasana squat. Pull the hands to the hips and then reach forward. And then pull in the hands and then reach forward. And then pull in, really sit in, reach forward. And then thumbs drive up, hips forward, breathing in, breathing out, back at the heart. Oh yeah. Feel the heart supporting the body. Feel all of that. Speed up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Arms reach up. Swan dive forward, whatever that means for you. All the way to the floor or just to the shins. Big breath in. Big breath out. That left leg reaches back. Hands sweep up. If it takes you 16 movements to get to the top, it's not a weakness. You are supporting yourself. Yes. So support yourself in the posture. Belly button draws in, creates a corset effect. Find the glute back here, give it a little squeeze. Press back through the heel, but then at the same time, draw the legs closer together. The feet don't move, but there's a drawing in that then supports the pelvis. So I'm not here like this, okay? We pull in. Then if my shoulders are painful, I go cactus or I go heart. But then see what happens is I start pushing away. So then I want to bring down into it, lift up out of it. What does the lifting do? Big breath. Hands to thighs. One more time with the Utkatasana. Plant. Hands at hips. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Reach. Pull. This is much like life. We reach and pull. Reach out. Thumbs rise. Hips forward just a micron. Then come to the heart. Go into that heartbeat. The union of the movement and your cardiovascular system. Big breath in. Hands come down. Sweep them up with joy and verve and vigor all the way down and in. Inhale. Exhale, right foot behind, heel high. Sweep up, lift. Let the ground support you first. Oh yeah. And then hands back into prayer. Turn the body to the left. So, whatever this means for you, you can turn that body all the way to the left and hold here, or some of us are going to want to come down and hook that elbow. But notice that the tush wants to rise. So if I'm going to hook that elbow, I've really got to get down and in so that I'm not adding a hump to the twist in the spine that's happening. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then we're going to place that right hand down. Drop the back knee. Lift the left fingertips. Use the ground. Press away. Squeeze the right glute. Spread the fingers if you can. If the shoulder is painful, we go to hip. If you want a little more in the twist, we drop that left arm so that it goes to the right hip. We can also let that left knee roll out if we need more in the pelvis, but drawing in creates that strength. Releasing that left arm, both hands plant, right toes curl under. Beautiful. Holding here. Left knee, I'm going to come back around. The left knee pulls into that left shoulder. Plug it in like a socket. Belly button draws in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now here's the kicker. We're going to slide the right foot forward to step on the outside of this right pinky. If you're looking at me with an eyebrow, do it your way. Step, hold, and forward fold. If you have the ability to, reach down with your yoga fingers, grab onto that big toe, lift, flat spine, and then elbows out, press the big toe into those fingers and pull down and in. Now, I can still shake my knee joints. There's a lot to be said for that. If I'm slammed back, then the torque of my entire upper body is just hanging bone on bone with those knees. So I want to keep a little space in there. One more breath. Find that union between fingers and toes. Knees bend. Arms start to reach. Find the Utkatasana first. Then press the feet for support. And then find the heart. And if that wasn't enough, we're going to do it all over again on the other side. So notice when the words come at first. I'm saying things, we're following directions. I'm saying things, I'm following directions. Awesome. What if you don't want to follow directions today? Do whatever you want. Breathe it in. Step those feet close together again. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Breathe up. Your forward fold, whatever that means to you, swan it down, squish it down, however your body wants to do. Breathe in. Breathe out, left foot steps back. Now, in a lot of traditions, they do the swan dive to the chaturanga. I'm trained in both of those. I work mostly with people with some bum body parts. All right, we've been living hard. It's good stuff. So if you want to add the chaturanga in between, go forth. Do good. Sweep up. Woo! That was a ride. Inner thighs. Pull ever so slightly in. Heel presses back. I try to drop the pelvis, but if today is not that day, then don't. Hands come together. I'm going to twist to my right, and then I'm going to attempt not to take the mic out and lean forward. If you want to. So if you want to stay here, because if this is you today, stay here. But if this is you today and you really want to get in there, mind the hump in the center of the back that likes to happen. I want to take that sternum and press the sternum out and toward an imaginary wall beside me. Breathing in. Breathing out. How are your feet supporting you? How are they helping? With the next breath, I'm going to take that left hand, place it down, drop that left knee, extend my right fingers. So then, somebody made these yoga postures at once upon a time. There are safety measures in them. Absolutely, we've learned a lot about anatomy, but for you, don't ignore the anatomy. Find the freedom at the same time, though. Wow. What is it that you need? I got a bum wrist. I'm going to come up on my fist instead. Okay. I needed that. Oh, my right shoulder is a little funky. I'm going to pull it behind my body. I'm going to pull my knee in. I'm going to find a little more twist, attempting not to hunch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. As you come out, plant both hands or fists, curl those back toes, hold there. Support yourself with your chest wall. Pull that right knee in by right upper arm. Breathe in, breathe out, left foot. Pew. Ooh, that was a little more graceful than the first time.
So the body learns, okay? So if my body can learn to do something like that and come into a forward fold, why can't my body learn to recoil at something my mind finds distasteful? Or lean in adversely to something my mind finds pleasurable? And then peace finger, bring it in, fold it in. So then, what have I been conditioned to do? If I'm conditioned to think that the word weak is negative, why have I been conditioned to think that the word support is better? I don't know. What does negative mean? What does better mean? What if they're just words? What if I just need something? Oh, wait. I don't want anybody to know what I need. I'm good at fixing things for other people. If I need something and I need someone's help, does that then mean I need fixing? Oh my God, the rabbit hole is vast, guys. Knees bend. Release, arms go out wide, drop in. Find that center space in that spine. Dropping in, dropping in, dropping in. Thumbs roll up, thumbs plug in overhead this time. Starting to wonder if my hands are outside of the view. They could be. Keep that plugging in. Roll the heels in. And then lift. Plug in at the top. Now plug in around the tailbone. Plug the breath in too. Inhale. Exhale, bring the arms wide, little demi-plie, lift. Heels roll out this time. Bigger squat, plug in. This time we come down, okay? Hold on, hold the phone. That left hip is gonna sweep out. Those right toes are gonna turn up. I'm gonna reach down for the toes and try to peel my heart open. Where is the union? Oh, okay, union between thigh and hand and shin. The toes. If I've got neuropathy in my heels, why in God's name would I put all my weight in my heel? So shift back. If that still doesn't work, come out. Breathe in. Breathe out. For those of you that want to half moon it from here, grab the floor, lift. Those that don't want to half moon, reach up and back. Mini stargazer. Look up at the possibilities. If you're in that half moon, really pull that upper hip up and back. Find the same plane with the pelvis that you do with the shoulder blade. And then the upper arm comes in. Wherever you are, take one more breath. And then as the hands descend, the toes turn forward, gather everything back in at the heart. And just be. Just hang out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breath draws in, hands drop down. Heels draw in, thumbs plug in overhead. Squeeze the tailbone, draw the heels closer together, yet they won't move. Where's the union? Do I come apart right here? I tend to. I can put my weight down, I can reach my hands up, and then all of this gets forgotten. So, I'm going to think about the tops of my hips. I'm going to think about these bottom ribs. I'm going to plug them in together. Pull the belly button in. Yes. Lift the heels. Stay plugged in to those first three chakras. Root, sacrum, solar plexus. Plug those thumbs together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Heels come down. Little demi-plie. Lift it up. Heels come out. Give it that squat. Hold in the squat just a second. Hold there. Decide whether this next exercise is for you. Because what we're going to do is we're going to come up, we're going to turn those left toes out. We're going to take the weight, shift it into this back heel, And then this is a posture I call cosmic jester. So who have I been bowing down to my whole life? Who was I taught was better than me? So I'm in my prostration, oh, to the king or the queen. So why is asking for help so hard? Oh, because if they're better than me, then it makes me weak to ask for help. Oh, psychology. Reach for the floor for that half moon, or lift up and back and see the stars. Because it's all just programming. What if we were taught that the people that were around us were better? So therefore, I shall not ask for what I need, because that would show my weakness. Plug into wherever you are. Expand, expand, expand with breath. And then reach up and out. Both arms sweep up. Toes come forward. Giant bow down to yourself. What I've noticed is I can beat myself up with theories. Walk your feet out. Walk your feet out. Walk your feet out. Once I figured out that I have given my power away to other people, then I did everything in my power to draw it back. Well, that's when the pendulum swings. Hold here nice and wide, or put the forearms down. If your knees have had it, put one knee down, put another knee down, and come down on the forearms that way. But if you're nice and wide, start to use those forearms to press back into the backs of the thighs. Oh yeah. And so for those of you that want to work on forearm stand, okay, you may be in the middle of a room, the middle of a yard, middle of a deck. So now might not be the time to do it. You may want to hit pause. You might want to go over and find a wall. Forearm stands are fun, but they're not for everybody. So I'll talk through the forearm stand for a moment, and then we're going to go through all the other modifications. So pause. Okay, here we go. I've got my hands roughly 2 to 3 inches from a wall. I've got myself planted nice and wide. I personally like to cup one hand inside the other, but then I'm going to move kind of wider, and then I'm going to walk my feet in. I'm going to turn myself. Whoops! I found my head, which is not uncommon, but I've got to recognize that the shoulder strength that used to be there for me today is not. Breathing in, breathing out. So since I'm still recovering, I'm not going to stay up there very long. For those of you, oops, wardrobe malfunction, that stayed down here, start to take one foot back and press into that heel, stretching through that calf. Now you're getting a push out of the forearms. That way you've got strength in the chest and the shoulders. Those that are still out here, you're dropping the head. You're walking back and in as far as you can. And you're playing. If you're down on all fours, exchange which heel is pressing back for that calf stretch. Oh yeah, nice long forward fold. Or if you want that forearm stand to play up against that wall, keep trying. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk the hands up and out. If you're on all fours, stay there. The rest of us are coming down. If you need to sit on something like a horse here, because the knees won't sit in hero, find something to sit on. Maybe not the cat. Plug in. So we went from inversion to sitting up. We slow down here. Because I could pop up and then move on in, But then where is the union between my body, my circulatory system, and then finding that space to chill in where my soul is? If this hurts my knees or ankles, find support, aka help. Meet your own needs right now. Breathe in. Exhale. Arms reach forward. Now the thumbs are going to be what lifts us. Lift the thumbs, the thighs, the hips, the thumbs. It's all about the thumbs. Yes. Reaching up. If the eyes can turn up, beautiful. If the head can tip back, wonderful. But if you've got cervical issues, stay neutral where you need to be. Pelvis forward, thumbs back. Then hands slide behind ears. Find support for that head. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you slowly start to sit back, twist to one side. I'm not going to be specific here. Touch down to that thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now find the crown of the head. Lift through the crown of the head. Crown, the crown, the crown, the crown. There we go. Reach back. And then we're going to come down on your other side. Bring it down. Holding here. Just noticing. If this isn't working for you, just notice. It's not a weakness. Lift. There are no have-tos here. So then right hand is either going to come back and just hang and wave at that back foot. Right hand, right heel. Beautiful. Left hand reaches up. If you can do the tuck back and the support, wonderful. If you can roll the toes up and that gives you a little bit of an aiming spot to land on, a little reverse launch pad, gorgeous. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to cartwheel forward. You downward dog people are going to dig and go down dog. You tabletop people are simply going to come down, do some cat and cows or some barrel rolls. If you were in your downward dog, pedal your dog. Notice the shoulders. Notice the union between the hands and the mat or the floor, and then the feet and the floor. Walk it out. There you go. Oh, yeah. And then heels press down, shoulders support. So there's a push away from the floor, which then firms up the sides of the body. Belly button pulls in. Those of you on all fours, keep moving through that spine. Breathe. Knees come down. Tops of feet roll back. Hero. If the first side was a little funk-a-dunk, then support. Equanimity. Body, mind, and soul. Where are we in this moment? Reach forward. Thumbs, 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 reach up. Pelvis, drop head if you want. If not, hold neutral fingertips to the ears. Press the tops of the feet down, but I do understand that for a lot of you, the tops of the feet don't go to the floor anymore. It's something to notice, and it's a great thing to work on because foot mobility is really important for independence. Breathe in, breathe out, drop that elbow down. Hold there, breathe in, breathe out. Find the crown of the head, lift through the crown of the head. Drop back, other elbow descends. Holding. Opening what needs opening, supporting what needs support. Lift, crown of the head, left heel, reach back. So I've either got the ta-da, I call this the hood ornament. Like all those fancy cars that have really cool hood ornaments on them. Curl the toes if you need to. Reach back. Now for those of you who can do full camel, pew, disappear back. Ah, I kind of hang there like a spider in the wind. So I do one side at a time. Breathe in, breathe out, crumple down. All fours or downward facing dog. So your downward facing dog, pedal out. Yes, wag your hips if you're in tabletop. Oh yeah, because here it comes. So for those of you that want to do the real core strengthening thing, all right, you're going to stay in downward facing dog. Otherwise, fire hydrant if you're in a tabletop. If you are in a downward facing dog, it ain't no different. Right foot comes a little more center. Kickstand comes out to the side. Now what happens is people start lifting the heel and they start coming forward. So trying to plant that back heel, it may not reach the floor. Toes lift, outside of the leg lifts, big breath. Everybody down on all knees. All knees. Yes, all the knees. Child pose. Child ain't for everybody though. It just really isn't. If to close the knee down in hero or child is your idea of agony and true struggle, find something else to do. Yeah, it's not necessary. Breathe in. Breathe out. Oh yeah, God gave us two sides. Downward facing dog or table. Right leg. That's what I'm talking about. Let it fly. Oh, notice the struggle. Notice where the support would come in real handy, like a chair or a wall or a friend. Breathe in, breathe out. Legs come down, one hip descends. Legs swing around. Oh, yes. If you want to go to chair, go to chair. You want to slide up against a wall, slide up against a wall. If you want to just plug in, plug in. Fluctuations within the body. There's a quote in this book. It says, "Isn't it interesting that what we see is the outside, but everything else goes on the inside?" So what's going on the inside? What am I pushing away because I don't want to feel it? What if I felt that? What if I went there and I grieved what needed grieving, or I raged what needed raging? Maybe the bubbling of the giggles would come afterwards. Maybe the joy could flood in more often afterwards. Or maybe there's balance. Take the soles of the feet, put them together, reach those arms up in a cactus, turn slightly to the right, plug in to that left knee. Take those fingertips, place them right behind the ear. Now I'm not using my head to push down this left arm. I'm supporting this whole area with just enough muscle work and just enough press between the feet, and then I'm going to reach up with the right. It seems like nothing if you're watching me, but if you're doing this, you understand that there's a lot going on in this connected space over here. Because if I just let my head flop, then I feel it in my hand and my wrist. So I have to support just a little through the neck. I have to support with the arm. I twist, I support with the inner thigh. Inhale, cactus, breathe in. Left side, twist, plug into the knee. Hold there a moment so that I can find what feels balanced. Then plug in slightly above the ear. Yep, find that union space. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the feet. As I unwind, I come down and bow down unto my own self. Because if I have been taught or somehow learned that there are others that are better than me, then I am taught in many ways to think that I am wrong, that I am less. It's not about digging ourselves out of less in order to be better than others. It's better unto ourselves, so that we can then live in union with ourself without a sense of less. Roll the body up. And now is the time we roll onto our backs, or we prop ourselves up for meditation. So I'll read this one more time. It's beautifully put. If you need to roll from side to side on your back and before your back is ready to stretch out, do that. Maybe you need a twist or two. But once you come down onto the back or you settle into a seat, lengthen the breath. So the boy is riding his horse here. And the boy asks, "What is the bravest thing you've ever said?" "Help," said the horse. "When have you been at your strongest?" asks the boy. "When I have dared to show my weakness." "Asking for help, you see, isn't giving up," said the horse. "It's refusing to give up." I dedicate this to all of you that are refusing to give up by asking for help. And if help isn't the right word, by asking for support. So support yourself here. Breathe and just be. Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtavardhanam urvarukmeva bandhanan mrityor mokshyamritat swaha. Triambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtavarnam Urvarukmeva bandhanan Mrityor mokshyamritat Swaha. 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 Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Deep breath in, breath out. Breath in brings out an Om. Next breath in brings an Om. Third breath brings it home. Om Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Know that you are not weak. That if support is needed, just sit quietly and breathe. You'll know where to go. You'll know how to find me if you need me. Namaste. I love you all. Not just kidding. Have a wonderful day.